you guys, just like we're in class, I want you guys to go ahead and get out a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. I don't necessarily care because I cannot see you. But get something out to write with so that you guys can write this down alongside with me, because that is going to help you practice later on. So go ahead and do that. All right, so we are solving for complementary angles, okay? This picture is probably going to help you contextualize this. So if we see some angles like this, okay, they make an L shape, they're coming together, and we know that these are complementary to each other, all right? What we know about complementary angles is that they always add up to equal 90 degrees. That is a given. That is never going to change. If they're complementary to each other, they will equal 90 degrees when added together. So what you're going to do, if it asks you for a missing complementary angle, you are going to take the angles that it gives you, add them together, set it equal to 90 degrees. So I've got this question off to the right. It says if angle G is complementary to angle H, this symbol means angle, and the measure, the M means measure, of angle H equals 42 degrees, then angle G must be blank. So angle G is my missing angle here, so I need to solve for it. Well, it tells me in this problem that they're complementary, so I'm going to go ahead and follow my steps, okay? My steps are in this last bullet. Add the angles together to equal 90 degrees. Well, angle G, I don't know it, so I'm going to use a variable to represent it. I'm just going to put G because that's the letter it gives me. I'm adding them together, and it gives me the other angle, which is angle H, so that's 42. So I can do G plus 42 equals, and guess what, you guys? They're complementary. So when I write that equal sign, I am going to have them equal 90 degrees. Okay, so your next step to solve for this angle G, because that's the whole point of this problem, we're going to follow our equation steps, okay? Remember, when you have got a variable and there are operations happening to it, I always ask you to circle that variable, and we want to get rid of this plus 42 so that G is by itself on this side, okay? Well, we're going to do the opposite of addition. We know that is subtraction, sorry. So I'm subtracting 42 on both sides, because I've got to balance it out. So when I cross that out and I bring down my variable, well, to solve for it, it's going to be 90 minus 42. So 90 minus 42 is going to give me 38. Nope, it won't give me 38. It's going to give me 48. Sorry, you guys. Oops, that's what I get for trying to do multiple things at once. Okay, G equals 48 degrees. Now, to self-check, if you want to, you can take this angle, add it to this angle, and see if you get 90 degrees. If you don't, you did something wrong, okay? So to recap, add them together, set it equal to 90, follow your equation steps, and solve, okay? So let's go on to this next one. How do I? There we go. All right. Next one. We've got these angles, okay? So these are complementary to each other. We already talked about that. They're going to add up to equal 90 degrees. I'm going to add them together, set it equal to 90. So I've got angle X and angle 73 degrees, okay? So when I go to my work, oops, I'm going to write X, which is my first angle, add it to my other angle, which is 73 degrees, and they're complementary, so they equal 90 degrees, okay? Well, I'm looking for X, so I'm going to circle that. I have added 73 to this, so to do the opposite, to get rid of that, I'm going to be subtracting on both sides. I want it gone. That gives me X over here by itself, and then 90 minus 73 will be the measure of that other angle. So when I type that in my calculator, I get 17 degrees. Okay, so my two angles would be 73 degrees and 17 degrees, and those add up to equal 90 degrees, so I am good. All right, notice, you guys, just like yesterday, they're going to get a little bit more complicated as we go through, okay? But I will show you the most complicated that it gets, so I don't want you guys to worry. So over here, we've got two angles that make an L shape. We've got the box over here that tells me they're a right angle together, so they're complementary. So we've got angle 2x and angle x. Okay, well, this time I don't see any actual numbers, but I don't want you guys to panic because we know how to solve this equation. Okay, so we're still following our steps. We are adding them together to equal 90. So I'm going to take my angle 2x, add it to my other angle, which is angle x, set it equal to 90 because they are complementary angles. Okay, you guys, you've got to simplify this over here because I see multiple x's and they're being added together. So if you ask yourself, what's 2x plus x? We should know that that is 3x. I've got 3 x's here, so I need to simplify that to be able to solve this. 90, I can't do anything with that, so I can just bring it down. When we look at this, we see 3 times x equals 90. Well, guess what, you guys? I want x by itself to be able to figure out what my x value is. So I'm going to divide out that number next to x. So x equals 90 divided by 3, so it would be 30. Okay, take a deep breath because we're not done yet. Okay, we know what one of the angles is. It's 30 degrees. But I've got another angle there that I also want to know the value of. Okay, so it would be 2 times x. So to figure out what that other angle is, that 2x, I'm going to take 2 times my value of x that I solved for. I'm going to plug it in, and that's going to give me 60. So my two angle values would be 60 and 30 degrees. And then you would be done with this problem. Okay, so to recap, we took our angles, added them together, set it equal to 90, simplified, divided it out to solve for x, and then took that x value, plugged it in to our other angle that we were looking for, and it gave us both answers. All right, this last one is going to be as difficult as it gets, okay? So we see two angles that are coming together to create complementary angles, okay? We see the L shape, we see the box. That tells us they come together to make a right angle. So we know that they're complementary, and we know that they add up to equal 90 degrees. So my steps to solve this are, I'm going to add these together, set it equal to 90. Well, one of my angles is x plus 25. So I'm going to write that. And then my other angle is x. So adding that together. Don't let this trip you up, you guys. Just because it says x plus 25, that's still one angle, okay? So here's one angle, here's the second angle. So I should have all of these added together. Okay? It's okay that there's two addition signs here. It's going to equal 90 degrees, when we add those together. Okay, well, just like the last problem, we see two x's here, x plus x. Well, x plus x, that equals 2x. And then I've got that 25 over here. Well, I can't add that to anything right now because it doesn't go with 2x. It doesn't have a variable. So I need to bring it down, just like I need to bring down my 90 because it doesn't have anything to combine with. Okay, so now I've got 2x plus 25 equals 90. Well, this should look familiar, you guys, because we know how to solve this. We are going to circle our variable, save that till last. I have plus 25 right here, so I want to get rid of that plus 25. Well, the opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract that out on both sides. So 2x equals, this is called 90 minus 25. Okay, well, 90 minus 25 equals 65. When I solve for that x by dividing by 2, I get, if I could write an equal sign, I get x equals 32.5. Okay, so my x value is 32.5. That is this angle value. And then remember, my last step is to plug it in to solve for the other angle. So what I'm going to do, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. What I'm going to do, and it's going to be small because I'm running out of room, is I'm taking that x value, plugging it in, having 0.5, and when I put that in my calculator, I get 57.5. So my two angles would be 57.5 degrees and 32.5 degrees. And that is as complicated as it will get. Okay, so remember, to recap, you are always going to determine what kind of angle relation they are. If they're complementary, if they make a right angle, you are adding them together, setting it equal to 90, and then solving for your variable.